You ready now? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the July Hamlin Planning Board meeting. And at this time, I'd like to tell you that the exits are out the door to the left, down the stairs, and down into the hall now. At this time, if you have a telephone, cell phone, make sure it's turned off so it doesn't interrupt any presentation during the meeting. And there's an AED out there in the hall if one is needed. Call the roll, Carl.
Steve Law,
Here.
Dave Martin,
Here.
Rich Slider,
Here.
James Nesbitt,
Here.
Ed Nelson,
Here.
Rich Sharon, and Steve Absent.
Absent. Okay. Has everybody had a chance to look at last month's meeting agenda? And do you have any corrections, changes? If not, entertain a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Call the vote, please.
Steve Law,
Yes.
Dave Martin,
Yes.
Rich Slider,
Yes.
James Nesbitt,
Yes.
Ed Nelson.
Yes.
Okay, we have a public hearing first on the agenda for a subdivision of land called the Meg subdivision, 3 North Road, and 947 and 971 Redmond Road, is that correct? Cheryl, move for publication.
That is what was stated on the original application, yes.
Okay. Can I read proof for publication?
Sorry. Public hearing, subdivision of parcels of land, hold on, saying about Meg subdivision, 38 Warden Road, and 947 and 971 Redmond Road. Application of Solomon's Choice, owner Solomon's Choice, seeking a subdivision of land from tax account 012-02-001-005.1. This is in the RL and RVL zoning districts. And the following documents that are provided to the board have been submitted for review. And public hearing for subdivision of parcel for Dan Wednesday, 3283 Roosevelt Highway. Application of Dan Wensick, owner Dan Wensick, seeking a property split to create 2 lots located at 3283 Roosevelt Highway. This is in the RM zoning district, tax account number 020.04-003-014. All interested parties will be given the opportunity to be heard at this time.
Okay, very good. Somebody here representing the subdivision, and can we put a, you want to use mine? Put it up on the board.
I got an extra copy if there's somebody from the public that wants to look at it without having to strain your eyes.
We'll put it up there and pass it around if you want. You guys can share it. On our agenda, it shows,
Sure, what if you have your address?
38 Morton and 947-971 Redmond Road.
that was the first item on our agenda.
And she read the second one too, so.
Right, it's all different publications that are done in the board. Okay. This time, I'm opening up for public hearing. Any comments? Do you want to?
I'll just give you a brief overview of what's going on again. This piece of property is located at the corner of Morton Road and Redmond Road. It's at the northwest corner. If anybody's familiar with that area, there's a sizable tillable piece of property over there. Local farmer bought it, but it came with a creek and some wooded area. He does not have an interest in the wooded area or the creek, but a neighbor to the north did. So what we're doing is we're gonna segregate the wooded area and the creek, attach it to the house at 971 Redmond Road. And he's gonna call it a day. There's no planned building, this is all strictly for farming purposes.
Okay, is there any adjoining neighbors here?
They're adding that to my land, so,
Okay. Is that an accurate depiction?
yes. My only confusion of that though is the 971 Redmond Road is what it's gonna be added to. The other parcel is my father's parcel, not mine. So I'm just confused about the other address in there.
Well, the dad's farmland had an address on it.
Yeah, but it's not adjoining it to,
No,
just to my 971. right?
Well, Mike, to that point, the reason why dad's property is even involved is because of the farm.
Okay, I just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
We're not
taking
doing
some
that to
property
his.
from him, he had a sliver of property, it affects his property now, and that's why it's a 3-lot subdivision.
That's
Just
fine.
modifying that one line, make everything
Yep, that's fine.
happy.
Is there anybody else in the audience that has something to say about this? Questions?
I'm selling it.
Okay, and there we go.
Take your time.
Clear as mud now. At this time, I'm going to close the public hearing.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be for farming?
That's
No.
the intent, there's
Okay.
no building plan.
Yeah, there'll be no building there.
And actually, those two guys can speak to it well, because they're the ones that affect it.
Those concerns will be to the record. At this time, then, I'm going to close the public part of this meeting and open it up for staff comments. JP.
Last month, or on May 29th, I came up with 3 basic comments regarding just clarifying some of the line types and making it easier to understand. Which has revised the drawings addressing my 3 comments from last month, so I'm good. Yep.
Pete.
This is an unlisted action, and I have no concerns.
Very good. Cheryl.
I have no concern with comments either.
Let the record reflect. Good. And, that being said, we need some motions. First, secret, please.
Make a motion for the application for Meg subdivision, 38 Wharton, 947, 971 Dredman Road. Application of Solomon's Choice, tax account 012.02.001-005.1, being unlisted action, we adopt a negative declaration.
Second. All votes, please.
Steve Law,
Yep.
Dave Martin,
Yes.
Bruce Snyder,
Yes.
James Nesbitt,
Yes.
Ed Nelson.
Yes.
Very good. Motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the application for the subdivision of land for the Mag subdivision, 38 Morton Road, 947, 971 Redmond Road, tax account 012.02.001-005.1. This is an RL and RVL zoning district.
Second.
Steve Law,
Yep.
Dave Martin,
Yes.
Bruce Snyder,
Yes.
James Nesbitt,
Yes.
Ed Nelson.
Very good.
Thank you. Once I get the deed recorded, I'll get them out to you.
Okay, very good, Rich, thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is public hearing to Dan Lipchek, 283 Ensenada Highway, subdivision of a parcel. This publication has been read by the clerk.
Yeah, buddy. This property is located on the south side of Roosevelt Highway. Spent the distance of Drake Road. Currently has a house on it. Dan is in the process of remodeling that house. Has enough room up in the northwest corner to create another lot. And that's what we're planning on doing tonight without any improvements. It's just a strictly realty subdivision.
Okay, at this time, I'll open the public hearing for this. Is there any neighbors or representatives in the audience that have concerns? Okay, that being said, close the public portion of this meeting. I'll put it up for comments from staff. Janine?
I have no issues.
Okay,
No engineering concerns.
Unlisted, no concerns.
Sure.
I have no concerns.
Look,
I'm good. One question. Brent says it's under construction.
The house in the back was the foundation. He's put the walls up and stuff like that. Yeah, so that just said, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was, wasn't it the guy that was like a lead credit or something? I forget. It was
Yeah.
him, right?
Yeah, so you're using that foundation?
Yeah.
Okay. No concern.
That being said, so please make a secret resolution, please.
Make a motion then for, Dan Wenzel, 3283 Roosevelt Highway for, unlisted, negative debt.
Steve Block,
Yeah.
Dave Martin,
Yes.
Chris Schleier,
Yes.
James Nesbitt,
Yes.
Ed Melchus.
Yes.
And for, Dan Wenzel, 3283 Roosevelt Highway, owner Dan Wenzel, seeking a property split to create two lots located at 3283 Roosevelt Highway. This is in an RM zoning district, tax account 020.04-003-014.
Second. All the votes, please.
Steve Block,
Yes.
Dave Martin,
Yes.
Chris Schleier,
Yes.
James Nesbitt,
Yes.
Ed Melchus.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rich?
Be cool. That worked, okay.
Next item on the agenda is a commercial site plan modification for a group called the Hamlin Building LLC. To make some changes to lot 1466 Lake Road. There's some documents in the package. Someone representing?
Mike Lukaszewski, I'm the architect.
Okay, Mike? We'll give a brief description other than,
Sure.
or an in-depth one if you.
I'll keep it brief, yeah. So we have an existing 2,400 square foot building that City Gate Electrical currently runs out of. That is the property, the northernmost property. There's two parcels here. They've been at that location for the last 3 years, and they're successful business. They're running out of room. So what we would like to do is request permission to build approximately 3,000 square foot addition. So the new building would be 70 feet by 40 feet. And then there would be a small vestibule connecting the two buildings together and forming a connection link there. The building would match style and colors of the existing building. We're within the required setbacks. We have 70 feet from the street, 10 feet from the side yard property line. The owners did approach the neighbor to the north because that would affect him the most. The gentleman's name is Steve Morgan. He was in favor of the building, wished them success, and didn't have any issues with it. And that's essentially it. Green space and coverage are all within the allowable tolerances. We really wouldn't be modifying. There's an existing parking lot there that would just stay existing. And if we do take a look at additional signage, we would request that under a separate permit for signage. But garage doors, colors, everything would match the existing building that's on the property.
Okay, at this point in time, see, this is the first we've seen this, we consider this a sketch plan review,
Okay.
all right? Number one question
Okay.
that I might have is, what are you gonna store there?
Okay. They're an electrical company, so it would just be metal and wire, kind of oxid, low hazard. Yeah.
Everything's low hazard.
Yep, it's all S1 warehouse.
Also, I believe there's, in our code, per square foot, is some parking requirements, I believe. So adequate parking would be shown on your site plan.
Okay.
Outside lights
Yep, you got that. Yep.
will be real important to the neighbors to the north.
Yeah, we wouldn't have any lights on that side of the building. We would just have dark sky friendly lights on
You know,
the.
if you want to show them,
Yep, I got that. Yes.
I'm not asking for a diagram showing lights, but
Okay.
LEDs are pretty bright as they are.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
You don't need them too high.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any facing the neighbor. It would just be facing the.
Stuff that goes out of here that's assembled, does that go out on a tractor trailer or how is the building?
Oh, you want to come up? So, are there tractor trailers that pull in, or is it just box trucks?
We do have some tractor trailers that pull in, and we just use our forklift to take it off.
You have to take into account how they get in and out and show the limits of pavement, including your parking. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not seeing a radius or anything else like that for our engineer, JP.
Okay.
MRB, probably gonna need to contact and get some additional information for our specifications. And so that your site plan reflects it. This is a busy corner because Route 19 goes one way and the west part goes the other way.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we're not changing any of the parking lot, so that's all currently existing, and the building's existing too.
And right now, the semi trucks, they all back in, no one pulls it in.
So,
They'll come in, I've seen both ways, they all back in.
kind of a dangerous corner. So just so I know, it's all you have, but,
And I would say maybe once every 2 weeks we get a truck like that.
okay. I'm gonna turn this over for any other comments we might have, JP. I'm sure there's some
Yeah.
things.
So with the short week last week, I didn't get a chance to write formal review comments. But my initial comments, we don't have a grading plan. We just need to see what your finished floor elevation is and your existing and proposed grading. Drainage, how the drainage is gonna work. It appears, from the aerial photo provided that you're taking up a portion of the parking that's there now for the new building. So you're gonna be losing some parking and gain and adding it. I see you have overhead doors, so I assume that stuff that was parked outdoors is gonna end up being, some of it gonna be indoors. But just need to see how the parking configuration is gonna work with there's three overhead doors proposed, I believe. So seeing how the parking and ingress and egress works for the building, the drainage and grading plans. The chairman mentioned the lighting, if you're gonna have a dumpster on the plan, any dumpster location. The zoning changes at this site, the site to the north is residential. So we should, the board may wanna consider some buffering, along that northerly property line, soften the impact on the neighbor. Underground utilities, need to see where those are and if there's any impact on any in the underground with your water service or sanitary lateral where that stuff is. And, would there be any other outdoor storage other than parking after this is done? But there's, I don't know if this is, I know you share a driveway with the property to the south, or to the south. But there's several storage containers on that property now.
So right now, we have those storage containers because we're building offices in the existing building.
Okay.
Because we ran out of space.
So that's just a temporary.
That's temporary, and then we already have a dumpster that's just gonna stay the same dumpster. So they're separate parcels, but I own both of them.
Oh, so just show, since we're gonna be doing, this is a pretty big addition here, so on the site. We need the full engineered site plan. What do you want? And I'll formalize and we will.
Okay. Okay, great.
You have cards with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Keith, I know you had you had 6 questions, if you want to outline them now, or 5 of them at least. I'm aware this is a sketch conference, anything else, which is normal.
Yeah.
So there's an inconsistency between what the legal notice says and what materials say. The legal notice indicates that we're doing a site plan modification when in fact it looks like we're doing more of a sketch plan, which is fine. JP has indicated that we need a fully engineered site plan. I agree with that, and that resolves most of my concerns right there. If we get that. I do know that the EAF that was submitted was done without the online EAF mapper that's done at the DEC website. I'd like to see that. It gives you a more accurate response on half the questions, and the questions we care about. Other than that, if we get those things going, we should be good. I would recommend that we table this to the next meeting so they can submit a site plan, which at that point we can review and see if it's adequate, and a public hearing would follow that.
Yeah. That's what it'll end up being anyways, have the sketch plan first. We have what, 80% of what we need?
Okay.
Okay, we meet all the golden standards.
Okay.
Mapping, there's been remarked about who's available. All right, pretty concise and easily downloaded.
Yes.
So, that'll help you along.
Okay.
Sure.
All the concerns I had already discussed.
All right, staff. Comments is going to receive. Board comments.
I'm great, they're doing well, they're gonna expand.
Is this the town?
Congratulations, you're doing well.
I would agree with the attorney at this time.
Are you going to increase any employees?
So our operation, thank you for bringing that up. So parking is not gonna increase. We're not gonna use
Yeah,
that. The employees go from their homes to the job sites. So this is only for, mainly for storage, we're out of storage space. And I didn't wanna move on Hamlin and find a bigger building. I'm just trying to build here, because we like where we're at.
Appreciate it.
I believe all my questions have been talked about. Okay, I'd like a motion for tabling this, for next month, where we get a little bit more information, or meet, codification of this, modification. Okay. Someone would like to make a motion for Hammond Building LLC. To table this motion till August. Table this to August 4th, once we receive the complete site plan. The application of Hammond Building LLC, owner Hammond Building LLC, seeking commercial site plan modification and include an addition to an existing structure on the property located at 1466 Lake Road, West Fork. This addition will be a 40 by 70, 2,800 square foot building. This would be two structures combined to be 5,200 square feet. There will be a small addition that will connect the two together. This addition would be used for offices and storage. This is a C-GB zoning district. Tax account 021.01-2-7.211. Yeah. Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Steve Law,
Yes.
Dave Martin.
Yes.
Rich Slider,
Yes.
James Nesbitt.
Yes.
Ed Nelson.
Yes. Okay, very good. There's some time frames involved, so please contact Cheryl for those.
Okay, will do.
All right.
I'll get those to Eddie tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Okay. It's not about timing. This is almost the best it's been. Under a half hour. Three items, a lot of organization, a lot of behind the scenes work left for this one, even though, it was vacation time. Okay, we got everybody on board and the times allotted for approvals and pretty much the signatures, so I appreciate that. Makes everybody's job a little easier. We got a little discussion here. Actually, questions? Okay. Bill?
Not too much going on. We're gonna have a public hearing Wednesday at 6:30 at St. John's in the gym for changing some half EDUs on the Lake Shore Sewer District. Get some feedback from residents down there. That's really the biggest thing we've got going on right now.
Sorry?
That's about the biggest thing we've got going on right now.
Seen a lot of activity on western end of Masco Road. Someone born under a creek by the park. Is that district sewer?
That's the Kendall's.
Janine?
What's going on with the conservation board? We've got, there's some spotted lantern fly monitoring traps that have been placed at the downtown hall property. It's not clear who's monitoring them, but, we're trying to keep track of that. And there's the people.
The law is the law. It's all good.
My goodness, we want to break the law.
I saw the movie, Hanging Caught.
Cheryl,
lot of building permits for barns, sheds. Oh, I had like 2 pools decided to, just surprising. You know, but, everything's going well.
I have a dog pool, it's about that deep.
Well, as long as the winter 2020 is around.
I just thought I'd help you out, you know.
I will be going next meeting.
Vacation? Where you headed?
We're going, it's the 50th year of my wife's family camping together.
Nice.
We took over, like, a whole huge section of Bryan Beach.
Was that?
It's a nice camp.
So, 12 months ago. Right on, really badly biased on, right in the west corner, so the wind,
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, I know he's got three, so it's, yeah, it's a good day. Yeah. Fun places to cross. Dave, what's going on with you? Oh,
As long as the weather cooperates, it's good.
is it? How about all the rest of your friends over in Flowers?
Oh, well, you know, we're all in the same boat.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I thought you were retired.
Well, he was a farmer, you're always a farmer.
Yeah, it was a lead up, that's why I asked. I got nothing to whatever my wife tells me to do. You're a good boy. That's cheaper to keep her. The little one, whatever the, you can always count on it. Dad, can you do something that's a little? I'm wrong. I'm good. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Motion to adjourn, please.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, Steve Law,
Yeah.
Dave Martin,
Yeah.
Chris Slater,
Okay.
Jim Hester,
Yes.
and Nelson.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
All right.
I don't remember 23 items like that.